Racing to Win is Hong Kong Racing's twice-weekly preview show, and we're getting ready to saddle up for racing on Wednesday night at Happy Valley. The first time we head to the city circuit under lights for an 8-race program, and the main race comes up as race number 6, the Community Chess Cup, Class 4 over 1,650 metres. Great to have your company here on the show, and Paul Ellie's alongside me. Paul, off the back of what was a terrific opening day at Sha Tin.
Wasn't it good? Two highlights for me. Victor, the winner on debut, and also Lucky Swayness in the feature. Gee, those both really good wins. Look, exciting to see how they go the rest of the season. Two really good jackpots here, Tom. Again, we had two big ones on opening day. One of them didn't go off, in fact, the 6 up. But that's worth $7 million in Happy Valley and $36 million going into the triple trio. So really good jackpot.
Well, the triple trio on Sunday paid about $9 million, did it?
Yeah, $9 million. It did, just over, tick over. You wouldn't worry about that, but no. If you got the 9.
No, you certainly wouldn't. So plenty to look forward to coming up on Wednesday night at the Valley, including our jockey to follow, who is Zach Purton, who kicked off in some style at the weekend to Paul, winning the first couple of races with long-standing maidens and then getting another one later. Yeah, and he almost got 4 as well. He had a really good couple of seconds. He had a really good day that did Zach. And look, see you again. He's another long-standing maiden. He's had his chances. He'll get his chance once again. Huda Butter's a debutant as a Super Vince. Wins all, has won fresh in the past. Hardly Swears is really well rated. Al Creed's got that wide draw to overcome. That's the problem with him. Yeah, we know that Hardly Swears certainly goes well fresh up. Viva Hunter there as well, and Beauty Glory, who's been knocking on the door recently. So Zach with, as you'd expect, a strong book of rides. No Joe Moreira on Wednesday night at Happy Valley, but he will be back for a Sunday from what we understand there, with his rides coming up at Sha Tin at the weekend. Looking at the meeting details for Wednesday night, and we've got the 8-race card here. On this show, we're going to be focusing on the last 2 races. We're on the A course for meeting number 2, and the last 2 races, the Repulse Bay Handicap Class 3 1650 and the Sheko Handicap Class 3 1200 metres, our 2 races we preview here. All the other races can be found on the website under the audio and video section, hkjc.com. Race number 7, Class 3, and the lineup is as follows. Nothing New, who was a last start winner at the back end of last season, does have to carry the top weight here above Romantic Combo, Zone D. He's been very consistent, couple of wins in his last 2 or 3 runs. Red Majesty, Viva Hunter is drawn wide for Zach Purton. In the lineup as well is World Famous for Wagner Borges. Comet Splendida is lightly tried but certainly improved second up. Loyal Baby, Packing Famous, Nearly Fine, and Perfect Merrinol off a rating of 62. Looking at the speed here, Paul, until Red Majesty, we know he can certainly go forward, but Viva Hunter, he's another one that can race handy from barrier 10. And World Famous as well, another one that likes to lead. Now, World Famous has drawn the lower of the 3, but the other 2 have got good speed, and we know Red Majesty likes to lead, and I think he'll have no choice but to go forward, otherwise he'll get trapped wide. Loyal Baby looks like he could be trapped wide from his barrier 12 as well. So I think the first 100 metres is going to be very interesting in this race. Yeah, it looks to be quite a few speed influences in the race, and World Famous is certainly one of those horses that does like to get out and get rolling along. We can hear, though, from Lyle Hewitson, the South African jockey, teams up with the South African trainer Douglas White with Nothing New, the last start winner. Lyle, Nothing New, finally some luck came his way towards the end of the season. You were on board for his last victory. He looked pretty good there, but how'd you get him to, was he a bit keen in the early stages?
He's a horse that does race a little bit ungenerously. He likes to try and get on with it a bit more, but he is versatile. He's able to be covered up if the pace is right, and last time I just thought that there was a better chance of him being comfortable going forward, and it worked out to nicety. So although he still travelled quite strongly, he hit a nice rhythm down the back and went on to win a nice race, and I think that it just shows that he can do it from pretty much anywhere. Was that key to just getting him come back and relax underneath you in the sort of mid stages of that race? Yeah, I was more determined just to ride the horse rather than the race, and as I said, when it unfolded, I felt that he was better off going forward and settling out there, which he did nicely and still kicked on in the straight. He's had a trial up at Chung Fa in the lead up to Wednesday night. No doubt you've seen it. What did you think of it? Yeah, I was happy with him. Just needed to tick over. And I'm sure that he will arrive back at Sha Tin in fine form. He's got the big weight to carry this time round. He doesn't look like he's a huge horse by any stretch of the imagination. Is he good enough to shoulder that? Yeah, that is the concern. Obviously, he's got a good bump up in the weights after a strong victory last time, which will be against him. And as you say, he's not the biggest, but he's a strong athletic horse. So I think he'll be able to shoulder it and carry it around, but he's got a bigger task on his hand this time. What about the pace in the race? Because he has certainly led, but there are quite a few other speed options in the race. Where do you sort of see yourself maybe posing up? Yeah, look, I think he'll still be handy. I think it's how he enjoys to run. But I'm quite encouraged by the fact to see that there is a bit more pace in the race, which gives us more than one option. So I'm sure that he will be ridden positive, but happy to take a seat in the trail or two back. And yeah, from there, hopefully he can produce the same sort of finish.
No doubt you've enjoyed the break and off the back of what was a very satisfying back end of the season. Have you got any targets or ambitions for this season?
Yeah, of course. I haven't kept it a secret that I'm trying to really have a breakthrough sort of season, and if I can get into that top 5 sort of area, that would be fantastic. So got a long path to travel still to get there, and we'll be working hard to have a lot of success here.
Great to hear from Lyle Hewitson there, setting himself some lofty ambitions for the season. And it was great, Paul, to see this horse win at the back end of last season. He had a couple of, I don't want to say ordinary rides, but plenty of things went against him in a few races.
Yeah, look, he did go, it was clear what that one race, wasn't he, down the back straight and just got nutted. But look, yeah, as you say, he did win two races in the end last season. So let's see if he can go on with it. He's got to carry the big weight. But look, if he gets into a nice position, which he can do, I think, with the speed round him, I think he's a chance. Let's
move on and have a look at Romantic Combo now. He was a last start winner. Then he was scratched in his subsequent to what was going to be his subsequently next start. He had a fever. He's been up to the trials and he was pushed out a bit in that barrier trial. I just wonder sort of where he slots in here. He is versatile though, isn't he?
Yeah, no, he is a versatile horse. Look, his last couple of wins have been on the all-weather. He has won at Happy Valley before when he was down in Class 4, but winning those races in Class 3, he's getting up in the ratings a little bit. I just wonder if he's now better on the all-weather.
He was a bit keen in the trail last time out and he's put on 23 pounds over the off-season, has a Romantic Combo. Now we've got Viva Hunter here. He's one of your horses, Paul, that you're quite keen on. You've been keen on in the past as well. Zach Purton goes on board. Just a little bit of a wide stall to overcome.
He's done it before. He's a bit of an iron horse. I like him because he's honest. He doesn't give it away. You can see he really fights all the way down. Zone D was a really good run here because he got really well back. So I think both these two horses are really good chances once again here on Wednesday night.
He was finishing off pretty well there, Zone D. And punters never miss Zone D. He's always back, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's always well back. But you need a bit of luck with him because he gets back. That's his racing style.
We can have a look at the trial here of Viva Hunter. Zach Purton was on board for it. It was a good trial. Here he is. Next to Everlaugh and Co. Might be Red Elise there at the back as well, and he wasn't put under any pressure at all. He just looked to finish it under his own steam nicely.
No, exactly. He just did it, as you said, and he's that sort of horse. I think he's quite uncomplicated. He tries hard. He's drawn wide, so it's just how much they use him up early. There was one race last season when he did miss the start, didn't he, and was out of contention. So hopefully he doesn't repeat that, but I think that's just been a one-off.
We've got one more to have a look at here, and it is Comet Splendida. Now, he's trialling alongside of Nearly Fine, who's off a rating of 63. But Comet Splendida certainly, Paul, improved from start 1 to start 2, where he was just knocked off by Super Oasis last start.
Yeah, and look, didn't he improve? And look, I'll tell you what, this horse, that first start was at Sharton. He then went to Happy Valley. That was over 1,800 metres, and he won. He ran second. He was only beaten ahead as well. Now that he's back to 1650 fresh, I think it's going to be perfect for him. So, look, I'm going to include him. I think he's a horse on the up. He's really acclimatised well.
Yeah, he was pushed a little bit along in that barrier trial late there, but in his last start he really dashed along the fence over the final stages. Was just knocked off was Comet Splendida for Harry Bentley and Danny Shum. Paul, are you sticking with the tried and true, one of the old faves of yours?
Yeah, I am. I'm going to stick with Viva Hunter because you know what you're going to get. He does what's said on the tin. He goes forward. And he tries hard, so I like horses like that, and that's why he's on top the 6, Viva Hunter. Comet Splendida, again, he's the improver. I think Danny Shum's already started the season off with a bang. Zone D in there for 3rd and nothing new for 4th. 6, 8, 4 and 1.
Yeah, I'm certainly happy to settle with Viva Hunter as well. He looks like he's come back in good order. The trial was good there on the all-weather at Sharton. Comet Splendida, I think, is a must-to-go, and he definitely improved from start 1 to start 2. Should get a good spin around from barrier 7, one would think. Nothing new goes in. He won't be far off the pace either. He tried it behind California Spangle, who's been burning the track up at Chungfa recently. And I put in Loyal Baby. Consistent, just one win next to his name. Maybe a little concern where he ends up from barrier number 12. Hopefully Matthew Chadwick can get him in and get some cover somewhere. Loyal Baby, because he is consistent. 6, 8, 1 and 9. That is a look at race number 7, the Repulse Bay Handicap. Right after the break, we'll be looking at the final race on the program, which is race number 8. Racing to Win continues as we have a look at Wednesday night's card at Happy Valley. The first time we head to Happy Valley this season, and the final race is Class 3 over 1,200 metres, the Shek-O handicap, with Nakoni County, the lightly tried 4-year-old, with 2 wins under his belt from his 5 starts, carrying top weight, along with Pinghai Galaxy, who's been trialling well at Sharton. 5 Elements is back after bleeding, igniting. Beauty Glory, Magic Phoenix has been starting at beaten favourite 2 of his last 5 starts. Sky Forever, another one that's trialled well. A newcomer to Hong Kong is Celtic Times. He raced under the same name with Jim Bolger in Ireland. You've got Exponential, Stoicism, Super Baby and Wine to be ridden by Jerry Chow for Benno Jung. Again, Paul, the pace looks good here with Wine, but we know Pinghai Galaxy certainly can get to the front and roll along, and Exponential's another one that's led in the past too. Yeah,
so she's going to be a good pace, no question about it. I thought Wine will just kick up from that inside draw, though Pinghai Galaxy, he's been going well on his track work, and he's a horse that has got that speed, as you say, so the pace will be on. That's going to make it difficult, I thought, though, for Exponential with those 2 underneath him, and also Igniting as well, another one that does like to go forward. He could be trapped wide looking for cover.
Yeah, so there certainly should be a good, genuine pace in that final race of the night at the Valley. We can hear, though, from Vincent Ho, who is taking the ride on the Casper Founds trained Nakoni County in the final race. Vincent, Nakoni County having his first run at Happy Valley for the season on Wednesday night. He won back in June for you with a perfect run in the trail. How do you assess the victory?
Yeah, he's still young, and I think this season he improved and had a nice trial. So his fitness is there. With the barrier helps. That got more confidence for sure.
He came from sort of back of midfield in that trial. He gave you a good feeling that morning?
Yeah, definitely. He picked up by himself, and I only have to ask him a little, and he responds very well. So, very happy with the trial.
What about, is he versatile in terms of where he can run? Because he has run on well from back in the field too, as we can see in that trial.
Yeah, wherever is comfy, depends on the pace of the race. He will have a good turn of foot for sure, and he was still young and can be a bit hot. This season he seems a bit better, so hopefully he'll settle more in the race compared to last season, and that will help him to improve as well.
Nice to start the season with a winner on Sunday. Eternal bloom for Ricky Yu.
Yep, definitely. Always good to start the first day with some winners, and definitely. While
everyone else was sunning themselves on beaches over the off season, you were in Japan riding. How was it over there?
It's great experience. I'm grateful for all the supports over there. And had a few winners, and ride another Group 3 for Mr. Yahagi as well. Happy with I can ride the winners with all the most important connections that sponsor me. I'm grateful for that. Of course, it's a busy summer. It's busier than Hong Kong, but it's definitely great experience for my career here.
On the home front, how have you heard Golden 60s going leading up to his season resumption?
He looks great. He feels great. Walked him yesterday at the sand yard stable, and he's enjoying his summer still. But soon we'll get him do more serious work and be ready for the international.
Yes, can't wait to see Golden 60 back in action for the 22-23 racing season. Paul, he's not been a horse that's taken long at all to acclimatise here in Hong Kong. Nakoni County winning first up.
No, exactly. So, look, he's got that good fresh record. He's won again at the back end of the season as well. So he's going really well at the moment, this horse. Just the 5 starts, and as you say, those 2 wins, barrier number 1. So he's definitely one of the main chances.
Yeah, and he trialled really well down the straight at Sharton a couple of Saturday mornings ago, and he certainly can be versatile, but I think he's going to get a good run through, certainly from barrier number 1. Moving to Pinghai Galaxy and Beauty Glory. Beauty Glory yet to win. Pinghai Galaxy has popped up at a couple of big prices, but won at 6-1 over Beauty Glory 2 back.
Yeah, you can see him. He's well back this night as well. And look, he got to the front and he won really nicely. Now, the only query is there is a lot of pace in this race, so he is going to get taken on a little bit. But he won with plenty in hand there, didn't he?
He certainly did, and he has been to Sharton, and he's won a recent trial here going back to the 31st of August over the 1,050 metres. Looks like he's got horses like Sergeant Pepper and Elon in this trial as well, and he seemed to be fending him, tanking along here.
Yeah, he did a typical John Size trial here. The horse is wide and sort of out of trouble and just did it nice and easily at the end. So, look, he's going pretty well at the moment, and he's quite forward, I think, for a good run. He hasn't won fresh up in the past. He's been placed once, but it's always been a little bit of a query there.
Yeah, that winning margin for the trial was 2 lengths there for Pinghai Galaxy. We've got some track work to show you as well. You were impressed by this?
Yeah, look, it just shows how keen he is and how forward he is. So, look, I definitely wanted to include him. I think he's going nicely. I know that fresh up record's not good, but I think that maybe they've just tried something different and the horse is going well at the moment.
Now, Magic Phoenix is a horse that's certainly taken money in his limited starts here, and I just wonder if he's improved through the off-season. I didn't mind the trial leading into this in a relatively deep race, and he wasn't beaten overly far behind You're My Everything.
Yeah, and look, he's raced well without the success. He's dropped a little bit in the ratings now as well, and he, as you say, that trial was really good. He's come up at 13-1, and I wouldn't be surprised if he stayed something like that. I think there could be a bit of value in this race.
Yeah, in that race there as well was Sky Forever. We're going to have a look at him in a moment. Sky Forever. He's another one that has been a little bit hard to catch with just one win next to his name, but he trialled exceptionally well here, I thought. Yeah,
he's another one of these horses that you need a bit of luck with him because he gets back in the running. But you can see that the trial was really good. It was a nice, quiet trial. And then he comes down the outside, and when he was let go, he hit the line and won the trial nicely. So another good chance in the race. As you say, it's quite a deep race, and he's looking good at the moment.
He's had the 1 win and 4 placings from 15 odd starts. Has Sky Forever, a 5-year-old by not a single doubt. 5 Elements, a horse that I've been following. He looks like he's done well over the off-season. He's up 23 pounds. He's fresh. He's coming off a bleeding attack. This behind California Spangle. He's coming to Happy Valley for the first time, but I think he can handle it. Yeah, look, he's got that sort of racing style that he would. I think one of his best runs was when he was fresh up here in Hong Kong when he ran second as well. So he, he's run 3 seconds. He has yet to win. So, look, I wouldn't be surprised if he ran well. And this horse here, right in the market and early betting, Wine and Wine for Jerry Chow and Benny Young. Now, he stripped 25 pounds. This horse ran 3rd at this meeting last year, led up in the trial, looked to be relatively well held together at the finish. Yeah, he's going to get taken on, I think. I think that's with Pinghai Galaxy in the race as well. There's just going to be a bit of extra sort of pressure on him. But we know he fights. He's got an inside draw, so he's going to get a nice enough run, and he'll get his opportunity. And there's plenty of support from early as well. He's a horse that, again, is another one that doesn't win out of turn. Just 1 win from his 20 starts and a handful of minor placings there for Wine and Wine. So there's actually quite a few to choose from here in this last race. Paul, who'd you go with? Yeah, I'm going to go with Magic Phoenix. I'm just hoping that price holds up. I think it will, because it is quite a deep race. But look, punters have been burned a little bit with this horse, but he's had that year now to acclimatise. He's here now. He's trialled well, and I think this could be his season. So I wanted to take a chance with him there, Magic Phoenix. He did arrive on a higher rating and has dropped a little bit in the ratings as well. Pinghai Galaxy, I liked his work coming into this race. I've shown that as well, so I think he's going to run a pretty good race. As you've mentioned, Nakoni County's going very well. It's going to carry the 135, but the horse has won 2 from his 5 starts, and 2 of those one of those wins, of course, was fresh up as well. So he is a horse that can run well fresh. And then 5 Elements in there for 4th. Look, he's coming off that bleeding attack, but has gone well fresh in the past. 6, 2, 1 and 3. Yeah, very similar numbers, but I'll settle with the top weight here. I think he's good enough to shoulder it first up off the back of a good trial. That is Nakoni County. He's up 22 pounds in body weight. Casper Founds will be looking to get off to a flyer at Happy Valley for the season, and I really did like the last start win and the trial effort at Sharton a couple of Saturday mornings ago. He's on top ahead of Pinghai Galaxy, been working well. Trial was good. The win there by 2 lengths. It wasn't beaten overly far. 2 runs ago after winning. 5 Elements goes in first up from a bleed. Sometimes they say that's the time to catch them. I think he'll give you a good run for your money. And Beauty Glory yet to win from his 10 starts, but a handful of minor placings for him. He stalked the leader and the winner, who was Pinghai Galaxy last start, but was no match for him, but still did run on at the end. So 1, 2, 3 and 5. Time to have a look at a few other selections throughout the course of the evening, Paul, for the other 6 races on the card, and a couple of the early races, smaller numbers, and they're a little bit open too.
They are, I think they are. Like, I'm going to go with Momentum Galaxy in race number 1. This horse has won fresh up twice in the past, so this is the right time to catch him, but he did finish off the season on a high as well. Hero Star will go straight to the front, so I think he'll be out of trouble and he can lead all the way. Elon, he's opposite, he'll go back, so he'll need a bit of luck, so we might get a good price with him. But another horse that has gone particularly well, fresh in the past, Day Rich from the front. Hopefully he can lead all the way as well. Hardly Swears, I think, is the best rated horse in the card. He's getting right down the ratings, and we know he goes well fresh. Big Two finally got a Just Deserves with a win at the back end of last season, and the other 2 we've talked about earlier in the show, Viva Hunter and also Magic Phoenix. So all in all, it's look, there's plenty of opportunities. I think there's some really good betting opportunities as well, especially earlier in the card.
Yeah, and some big jackpots to try and chase down through some of those middle races as well, and the 6 up as well as the triple trio. Let's have a look at Paul at your best, your value in the play for Wednesday night.
Yeah, so I'm going to go with Hardly Swears as my best. Now, this horse goes really well fresh. He's had the 3 races. Now, funny enough, he did win all those 3 in a row, but he's still really well rated at the moment. And Magic Phoenix, I think this could be a good season for him. He's been backed and beaten in the past, but in a strong race here, I think he'll come up a decent price. And there's a theme here, you can see it for yourself in race number 2. I do like Spartan Missile, Hero Star and Hercules as the QQP here in race 2.
Yes, shooting for another victory is Hercules. My best comes up in the final race with Nakoni County for Vincent Ho, and Casper Founds 2 wins from his 5 starts. Just had to carry the big weight, but has trialled impressively leading into Wednesday night. Sparky Star in the 6th race for Harry Bentley. Now, he actually didn't get a lot of luck last time out. Couldn't really get any clear room in the straight. Didn't mind the trial leading into this, where he ran 6th. He's just a one-time winner, the son of O'Reilly. And we'll team him up with the Big Two and Go for T, who's had a stable change. He's now with the Casper Founds, wasn't the Frankie Law stable, so the QQP 2, 3 and 8 in race number 6. Well, that rounds out the show here for Racing to Win this week at Happy Valley, and then we head back to Sharton on Sunday, Paul, where we will have another decent jackpot for the 6 up.
Yeah, it was over 7 million jackpotting there, so it should be a really decent one as well. And don't forget, there's a 36 million one on Wednesday night to get your teeth into as well.
Yeah, there certainly is. On Sunday, main race is a Class 2 race, I should say, over the 1,000 metres. I'll be interested to see what Lucky With You can do this campaign.
Good trial. We'll show that leading into the show, but a really good trial from him.
Yep, that's the main race Sunday. But 8 races on Wednesday night from Happy Valley, with the first coming through at 7:15.